Hey guys, what's happening? Just wanted to make a video to share my new acquisition. This is an Onyx guitar. Don't know what model, don't know what year. The only thing I know about it is that it says on the neck plate, made in Japan. And there is a serial number on the back of the headstock, 10222. Don't know what that means. It's very difficult to find serial number information for this brand on the internet. It's actually not that much information at all about this brand. From what I gathered, they were a brand that was distributed in Australia originally. Not exactly sure how accurate that is. But nonetheless, it's a cool guitar, and there's not very much stock about this anymore. So let me share the story. A little while ago, I had been browsing my local version of Craigslist, or whatever you want to call it. It's like an online flea market, really. And there was somebody selling this as basically just a body. There was no pickups in it. The electronics were still in it, but they were incredibly old and rusted and corroded. I didn't trust that they worked. But the guitar itself seemed solid. The tuners felt smooth still. Everything looked good. The neck was straight and all that good stuff. So I decided to buy it, and it was cheap. So what I did was, the pickups that I took out of that guy right there, I took the stock pickups out a long time ago and I hung on to them just in case, and because they're good sounding pickups and I like them. So I decided to use those for this. So this is an Epiphone set of Flying V pickups. I forget what model they are. I think they're like Alnico 5 or Alnico 2, I don't remember, but there's some sort of like vintage voice pickups anyway. They sound really good. So I installed those pickups. I got all new pots and switches, and I decided to install a secret weapon, which is what this little toggle here is. So I'll explain that when I get into the sound demos. And the other thing I did to it was, on both the volume pots, I installed treble bleed circuits. So as you roll back the volume, you don't lose any treble. Some people don't like it. I like it, so I put it in. Other than that, there's not a whole lot to say about this guitar. It's fairly heavy, but it's not like super heavy. Not like that Strat there. That thing weighs a ton. This is fairly heavy, but nothing like that. But yeah, it's kind of a unique guitar. It's pretty beat up in terms of like the finish. There's all kinds of little like gouges and dents and scrapes in it. But I don't mind that. Like I said, everything is solid about it. So I've got a set of 11s on here. It's tuned to E flat. And let's hear what it sounds like. Alright, so I'm just going to run through some basic sounds. There's no coil splitting or anything going on here. It's just straight humbuckers, 3 positions. So we'll start with the bridge. Everything's on full. And I'll go through clean first. Then I've got a Fairfield barbershop clone on the floor here that we can use for some overdrive sounds a little bit later. And after we do all that, I'll get into the secret weapon there. So, clean bridge pickup. forgot to mention, I'm playing through that, which is a Blackheart Little Giant 5 running into this PV412. So that was the bridge. Let's hear what they both sound like together. And neck pickup. Alright, so next I'll switch on the barbershop. Alright, so we're at this drive level. And let's go through it again. We'll start with the bridge pickup. Middle position. And neck position. Alright, so we're back to the clean sound now, and so I'll just do this on the bridge pickup. So we're going to switch in that secret weapon here, and then I'll explain it. So as you can hear, that is a fuzz. So what I did was I installed a Color Sound 1-knob fuzz in the guitar itself, and this is post volume pots. So as I roll the volume down, the gain structure of the fuzz will change, whereas if I installed it before the volume pot would just be like a master volume of the whole thing and bring it down. So this way I can have like some gain variation. So let me demonstrate. if you're really careful with the volume control, you could sort of get it down to AM radio sort of levels. But of course that's like on the edge of having no volume at all, so. But as you roll it back, it gets a little bit clearer, especially with the treble bleed circuit installed. It clears it up some, and you can really hear sort of extended chords and everything. Bit more muffled when you roll it all the way up, so. Anyway, I might need to adjust it a little bit. It's a little bit quieter than the clean sound, I believe. But there's an internal trimmer on the one knob fuzz that I can use to tweak the output volume so that I can either match the clean sound or just give it a bit of a push from the clean sound. So there's still a little bit of work left to do on this, but not a whole lot. And the reason why the truss rod cover is missing is because I need to adjust the truss rod and I don't have the right wrench for it. So like I said, still a little bit of work to do, but overall I'm really happy with how this came out. And I enjoyed installing the fuzz. It's a nice change from the usual sort of coil split things that you can do with pickups. But these pickups aren't 4-conductor, so I couldn't do that this time, and I was forced to think of something else. But I'm glad that I went this route, and if I get another guitar like this in the future, I'll probably do the same thing, maybe with a boost or something. So yeah, a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching my new guitar day for my Onyx here, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks again, and take it easy. I'll see you next time.